In a small village surrounded by golden fields and tall green hills, there lived a girl named Arya. She had a very strange gift. When other children played with toys, Arya loved to draw. But her drawings were not ordinary. They moved. They breathed. Sometimes, they even whispered secrets to her in the quiet of the night. Her favorite place to draw was on the smooth, flat stones near the old river. She carried a basket filled with chalks made from crushed flowers and colored stones. Whenever she drew a bird, the bird would flap its wings and fly into the sky. When she drew a fish, it would wiggle off the stone and swim into the river. She never told anyone about this magic. It was her secret world. One day, as she sat by the river, the wind blew very softly, but it carried with it a sad voice. It was like someone crying far, far away. Arya looked around, but there was no one. She closed her eyes and listened. The voice whispered, "Help me!" The sound came from the sky. Arya looked up and saw a tiny gray cloud all alone. It was smaller than a pillow and looked weak. The other clouds were far away, big and strong, but this little one was drifting away, almost invisible. Arya's heart filled with kindness. She decided to help. She ran home, took her biggest piece of white chalk, and came back to the river. On a large stone, she began to draw. She drew lines of airsoft, swirling shapes, like dancing ribbons. When she finished, she whispered, "Go, become the wind." The moment she spoke, the drawing lifted up like a silver scarf. It spun and became a real gust of wind. It rushed into the sky and wrapped itself around the little cloud, carrying it back to the other clouds. For a while, the clouds shone like a pearl and then slowly faded away, as if smiling. From that day, Arya began to draw the wind every evening. Her winds played in the fields, brushed against the trees, and whispered through the village. The villagers said, "The weather is strange these days. It feels as if someone is watching over us." But not everyone was happy. One summer afternoon, a rich merchant came to the village. He saw Arya's chalk basket and laughed. "What is this drawing? That is for wasting time. Come work for me instead," he said. Arya politely refused. She wanted to draw, not work for gold. The merchant became angry. That night, while the whole village slept, he followed her to the river and took her chalks. He thought if he kept them, she could no longer make her magic. The next day, the wind disappeared. The fields became still. The sky turned heavy and gray. Even the birds stopped singing. The villagers grew worried. Arya felt helpless without her chalks. She walked everywhere, searching, but could not find them. Then she remembered something. Magic had never come from the chalks. It had always come from her heart. She closed her eyes and imagined the lines of the wind, bright and alive. Slowly, with her finger, she began to draw on the stone, though no color showed. She whispered again, "Go, become the wind." To her surprise, the invisible lines she had drawn began to glow faintly. A warm breeze touched her face. The wind had returned. It danced through the fields, brushing the dust away. Flowers lifted their heads, and the birds sang again. The merchant, who had been hiding nearby, saw everything. He dropped the stolen chalks in shock. "It was never the chalks," he whispered. Ashamed, he ran away and was never seen again. From that day forward, Arya no longer needed chalk. She drew with her heart, and the wind listened. Sometimes it became a gentle breeze that cooled the villagers. Sometimes it became a strong gust that brought rain for the crops. People said, "The wind is alive here," and they smiled, never knowing the secret. Years passed, and Arya grew up, but she never stopped drawing. Children from the village would come to the river and ask her, "Can you draw the wind for us?" And she would smile, close her eyes, and let the air dance around them. Even now, if you ever pass by that village and feel a sudden soft breeze brushing your cheek, know that Arya's drawings are still there, whispering to the sky.